I think most can agree that not all champions are created equal. Some of them are just complete trash and some of them are very good. But even with the vast amount of champions within Raid Shadow Legends, there's always going to be one or two of these champions that rise to the top. That is the exception to the rule, and they are just phenomenal. And today we are going to take a look at one of them. Hello everybody, Loki Magics, another day, another video, and yes, it has been a very long time. I apologize, life man. Life always happens, and sometimes I can't make videos, but I'm back for now, no promises. But regardless, today, I really want to talk about Septimus because the whole time I haven't been making videos, Septimus just kept on impressing me, and he really deserves a shout out. First up is his aesthetics, because I have to say, man, this champion looks very cool. I do like his design. I have to give him a 10 out of 10 because it just works. Everything about this guy's design just is solid. It's fluid, looks great. Even though he slightly reminds me of the Burger King mascot, but I'll still give him a pass. Like, this dude looks pretty cool, so we're just going to ignore that minor detail. But overall, this is one fantastic looking champion. And there's one thing I did notice though. You see these 5 holes in his helmet? It's right there, but on his portrait, it is not there. So I wonder if that's just something they forgot or whatever. It's a super minor mistake, I guess. But hey, I just like to point out things that when it doesn't really line up, right? But anyways, what makes Septimus so good other than him looking good? Let's talk about that. I think one of the coolest thing about Septimus, and a very strong quality of Septimus, is his simplicity. This champion doesn't require certain pairings or any type of setup. There's nothing in his kit that makes him complicated. He has a very simple kit and it's very effective, and I think that's what makes Septimus one of the best champions in this game, because you can't really go wrong with him. There's things you could do to highly maximize his potential, but overall though, his kit is so effective and simple, I don't think most people will screw up his kit. And what do I mean? Alright, so let's check out his A1. Now his A1 is very simple, very effective. Attacks one enemy, grants an extra turn, resets the cooldown of this champion's Holy Sword skill if the target is killed. So how is this a good skill? Let me show you. We are on everyone's favorite farm stage in the background, and you can see Septimus doing work, right? His A1 is going off like an automatic shotgun, just boom, boom, just knocking everyone out. Super effective A1. You can see 12-second farm, not bad, right? For just someone using their A1 the whole time. And just a little bit more proof on the awesomeness of his A1. We got him here on stage 15 of Arcane Potion Keep, and you can see he's paired up with Draco, and you know, he doesn't need Draco to help him out here, but it does help out with that decreased defense when he gets to the main boss. You can see it's applied Holy Sword, and then Septimus here is going to go again, get an extra turn off that kill, and bam, right? So that A1, very effective. Alright, so now that we talked about his A1, let's talk about his A2. This attacks one enemy, will ignore shield and block damage buffs. Damage increases according to enemy max HP. So this is very similar to Coldheart and Royal Guard's ability, but Septimus does it a lot better because he has a higher multiplier built into his skills. So he will hit much harder than those two champions. And Septimus can even one-shot the spider. Alright, so thanks to Scratch AK-47, we were able to see how effective that A2 is. I mean, this dude just totally squished the spider, one shot, no problem. That is pretty insane, pretty cool, pretty impressive, right? So you can see how Septimus is very powerful, man. That A1, that A2 working together just does so much work. Oh, and also, I gotta be honest here, I did not ask Scratch permission to use his video clips, so hey guys, can you please check him out? Go over to his channel, like and subscribe if you like his content. If you didn't know he was a YouTuber, check him out. Pretty solid dude, does tons of videos, very good clanmate and content creator. So maybe if his subscriber counts goes up a little bit, he won't be as mad at me for borrowing his clip. Okay, so anyways, back to the video. Like I was saying, Septimus's A1 and A2 working together is so effective. So let me show you an example of that. in my honest opinion, Septimus was made for Doom Tower. Now, this is one of the tougher bosses, but you can see his A1 kills the Spiderling, gets the extra turn, kills the other one. He's going to use his A2, hit the spider, do good damage, and since he's wearing Relentless, he's able to go again, kill another spider, get an extra turn, resets his A2, kills that spider, and uses his A2 again, and does like a lot of damage, right? So you can see how that A1 and A2 working together could be very, very beneficial for you. Yeah, a lot of people in my clan use Septimus because he's just so good when it comes to the Nether Spider. I mean, look at this. Pretty much everyone is using Septimus. Pretty fast run time, except for the guy on the bottom there. And I believe for the Frost Spider too. I believe a lot of people use Septimus on the Frost Spider. Yeah. Here we go. We even got a double Septimus. Septimus, very good for Doom Tower. For sure, man. You cannot deny him that. One of the best champions to have for this content. But it does not end there. Septimus still has more to offer. Even though his A1 and A2 is the bread and butter, he also has a little bit more utility. And what do I mean? It's his passive, Giant Killer. Now, this passive here is pretty cool because it has two skills built into it. One of them is each attack has 30% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. So this is pretty good for clan boss, even though you will need some accuracy to actually make it stick. First, it has a 30% chance to proc, and then you'll need to have the right amount of accuracy for it to actually land on your enemy, right? So keep that in mind. Building him out that way will reduce his effectiveness, but if you have a champion like Vizier or even oh my god, Bulwark or Warlord, then maybe you want to use them instead of Septimus, because I personally don't think Septimus is the best when it comes to debuff extension. Vizier hands down is the king of that. I understand not everybody will have Vizier, but if you have Vizier, then I wouldn't even consider this part of Septimus's kit. But if you don't have Vizier or any other debuff extender, then Septimus could help you out in that regard. Plus, he will do raw damage to the clan boss, so he's not a bad choice for clan boss. I just don't think he should be looked on for this passive versus his A1 and his A2, because I think his A1 and his A2 is his money maker. This passive is just a nice touch, but it also does have an other part of this passive where the damage inflicted by each attack increases by 30% if the enemy's current HP is over 50%. So you can see, if you really think about it, Septimus is all about damage. This debuff extension is nice, but it is not his real bread winning ability. And since we're talking about that, I think I'll take the time now to talk about his masteries, because I feel like this could be very tricky for a lot of people. Like I said, his passive does have the ability to extend debuffs, so you might want to go down the support tree to give yourself some accuracy, but like I said, it could take away from your damage output, especially when it comes to your artifact set too, right? So you can see here, this is where I went with his masteries. I don't think there is a right or wrong when it comes to his masteries. I think it is up to you, but you must decide where you want to use them. I just kind of went with this build because I'm happy with how he performs. I don't need him to one-shot spiders, even though it will be nice, but that's not how I built them out. So like I said, it is always up to you, but I do know a lot of people like using kill streak because this does give him 12% more damage per round in a battle the more he kills, right? So this is one of the key ingredients in Spiders 20 for it to get one shot, is using kill streak. So just wanted to point that out. And also, since we're talking about how to build them, this is what I have him in. I have him in artifact set and cruel set. My opinion though, I think Savage set is the best set for Septimus, but I don't have a lot of Savage set. This is why I went with Relentless, and this is his overall stats. Not too bad. I think I could do a lot better if I had Savage set though, and just so you know I'm not lying, let me show you. Oops, wrong one. My Savage set is pretty embarrassing, okay? But I'll show it to you so you know I'm not lying. What am I doing? Why is my computer being slow? Okay, here we go. I have a lot of speed and lifesteal. But man, when it comes to Savage Set, it is not pretty. So I will work on it though. I will work on it. I have a lot of Relentless too. And here we go, boom. This is all I have for Savage Set. Pretty embarrassing, I know. So that is why I went with Relentless. So yeah, so that's how I feel about this champion when it comes on how to gear him. But it's honestly up to you. Like, this champion's great and you can use them in many ways. I don't think there's any right or wrong. It's always going to be up to the player and how and where they want to use this champion. Except we did forget about one content, and that is definitely the arena. So let's go over there real quick. Alright, so we just had our weekly reset, so this is what we are facing. Nothing too crazy, right? But I'm going to take out my usual DPS and put in Septimus as my DPS and just put it on auto. Now, I think Septimus isn't a bad champion for arena. I really do think he has some something to offer here, right? Because, you know, I mean, he isn't Relentless, and his A1 does give him extra turns too. So you can see right here, he just straight up decimated that team. Now, I don't know if this team is a bot or not, so that's kind of the part that I don't like about arena right now. But, you know, if you have Septimus and, you know, you have a similar team, you just want farm medals, then you can see he is effective in that regard. However, when it comes to in-game platinum arena, Septimus just doesn't have that kit to go along with other champions to have that complete team comp, right? Because you see right here, he was a weak affinity to Drake, so he didn't hit her as hard, so that is one downside to him. But there are other champions out there that, you know, could pick up that slack, I guess, if you want to build around that. But overall, seriously, when it comes to in-game PvP content, it's about your total team comp, right? So Septimus just doesn't have that built into his kit, so he you don't really see him a lot, right? I'm not saying you will never see him, because you never know what champions can come out in the future, but overall though, I just think he is a good early game gold 4 type arena champion. But after that, I just think it's going to be very hard for you. And another advantage he does have in arena though is that since he does take extra turns with Relentless set or with killing someone, you saw that he was provoked. It came off a lot faster because he's running through those debuffs faster by taking those extra turns. So you could use that to your advantage. You can see here, this team is a lot faster, but once Septimus was able to start doing that damage, there's really not much stopping it. So I wouldn't say he's a terrible champion for the arena. He's just a, what's the word? He's okay. He's average. I wouldn't say he's terrible. But let's see. Let's do this here. Let's put in a Arbiter and see how this goes. And another thing to consider too is that even though for Doom Tower and everything, I'm doing just fine with Septimus, he isn't really fast, right? So we were able to go first because my Arbiter is fast, but Septimus didn't because he was a little bit slower. So trying to build all that into one champion could be the challenge, you know, trying to get the right amount of crit damage, speed, accuracy could be a little bit tough on the average player. Well, let's do this interesting matchup here, see how this plays out. Let's put it on auto. I know he has like revive on death or something, but that should be no problem for Septimus, right? Septimus, he gets an extra turn, kills him, revives, kills him again. So you can see Septimus has some utility, you know. Overall, he is a solid champion. Like, you could use him anywhere really. I just think his forte though is PvE content. I think that's where he really shines. So you guys tell me how you feel about this champion. Alright, so now it is time to wrap this video up because we could only worship Septimus for so long. But seriously guys, if you have Septimus, then you already know how great he is. And if you don't have one, then I really hope you do pull him, because man, this guy is an easy decision when it comes to booking, gearing out, and investing some of your resources into him. Because if I had another Septimus, I would do it all over again. So that's how much I like this champion. Now I know I didn't show him in Dragons or Ice Golem and even in Faction Wars, but trust me guys, if you get this champion, he will be good in those areas too. He is just the best champion when it comes to PvE content. You cannot go wrong with him, and for some people he might be even that good for you in arena. I just personally haven't seen him a lot in game arena. Not saying that he can't ever be there, he just right now maybe we don't know how to use him yet. So you can never say for sure that a champion does not belong in a spot or another, but I can't say for sure when it comes to PvE, Septimus hands down is the king of that content. So if you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. I don't know when that'll be because I'm not the most steady YouTuber, but every now and then I like to make videos, and to be honest, Septimus definitely deserves to have a video because, man, he is just a great champion. But with that being said, guys, you take care, be safe, and I'll catch you on the next one.